Special Victims Unit Lieutenant Kevin Matthews now being prosecuted by Bergen County for mishandling cocaine, drugs, and evidence when taking evidence from the prosecutor's evidence room, and what they find is residue in his office. Razor blades, cocaine, drugs. This is by a police officer who has no business being in the evidence room, taking drugs, embezzling money, doing things with cocaine and fentanyl. Big news in Bergen County. This is going to be some very newsworthy prosecution, and I think this is very important for the residents of New Jersey to follow along to see what's going to happen to a police officer that is now breaking the law. Have you guys heard about what's going on here today?
Yeah, it damages the public trust. That's the problem, is you entrust these individuals to carry out the law and to follow a certain protocol, and then when you have something like this, a story that hits, that you're trying to take the bad people off the street and put them behind bars, and you have one of your own that's supposed to protect you out there doing the same thing, you lose the confidence and trust. And I think they really need to have some sort of protocol to avoid situations like this from happening, especially that happened for over a year.
Well, I think everybody's seen movies, right, where you check in to an evidence room, there's a cage, you sign yourself in, you sign yourself out. Whether or not this lieutenant actually had the ability or need to go into the evidence room is probably going to be up for debate. I'm sure his defense attorney is going to make some sort of fight that he had the right to come and go into this evidence room, but because of the fact that he was part of a special victims unit, he should have never been handling narcotics. And again, they did investigations, they found controlled substances in his office. It's going to be a difficult battle for who or whatever his criminal defense practice is, and I'm interested to see the strategy that he comes up with to make a defense on this matter.
He should have called Detective Malone, Martin Lawrence from Blue Street, because that's the only guy that was actually able to get the evidence out and get over the border.
Yes,
but I mean, listen, maybe it was at the gym, maybe it was baby powder, and maybe he had a razor because he was shaving that day.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of defense, ways you can.
I'm glad you're not my defense counsel.
Such an optimist.
Yeah.
Such an optimist.
Yeah.
I mean, the flip side to this, not the flip side, but the other side to this are the financial transactions, right? And so he's being accused of making some illegal financial transactions totaling over $600,000, and how do you get a lot of criminals sometimes? Maybe it's not the actual event, it's not the drugs, it's not the guns, it's the financial crimes that you go down for, right? That's how you get a lot of organized crime. You follow the money, and maybe those transactions alone and the attempts to get around federal reporting and other things and the money laundering side of this, maybe that alone is enough to put him away for quite a long time.
Well, 100%. And the problem with today's world, everybody's electronic with any transactions. There's Venmo, there's PayPal, there's Zelle, there's whatever manner that you Cash App. All that's traceable, and you can go back as far as you need. So if you think you're going to do something and hide it, it's going to be very easy to find.
If you're an officer, there's cameras everywhere, there's records everywhere, there's evidence logs, there's the chain of custody for these types of things. Why in the Lord would you ever take money from the evidence room and then make an electronic deposit?
Yeah, or just take anything from the evidence.
Of course,
of course. Take a pen from the evidence.
Yeah, geez. I mean, there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some sort of crazy confidence there to just do that.
That's why the only success was the Lufthansa heist.
The Lufthansa heist.
Yeah. That was a success for them.
You need to know when the cash flies in. You can't.
again, criminal defense brain kicking in. Okay, how am I gonna twist this story to try to navigate what's going on? Maybe because he was a special victims lieutenant. Maybe he needed to pull the drug money and drugs out for some sort of investigation where he was undercover. Again, I don't know the depths of that kind of situation, but I know people in the police force do use seized drugs and money for further investigations. Maybe they're trying to go after some sort of kingpin of some sort, and they need to use drugs and money to bait the next the higher up in the gang. So interested to see what's going to happen here.
And that also just brings up again the financial side of things, right? We've seen with organized crime, people getting jammed up, not for the murder or the drugs or whatever. It's RICO, right? It's money laundering. It's things like that. And if he's not the only one involved, and if he had help, right, getting into that, then that could be a RICO violation, and that just adds a whole lot more to it.
It's almost impossible to think he didn't have help, because it's between cameras and people where I'm assuming somebody's manning the door of check-in list.
Definitely.
There's got to be something in there. And it's a shame that, one, it happens within our state, it's close to home, and two, that's happening in general. Again, we need to have better protocols and systems.
Just to build on what you were saying, that's how Al Capone went down.
That's what I
That's
was
Al
referring
Capone.
to.
Yeah, Al Capone, he went down for RICO charges for money laundering investigation. So interested to see what's going to happen here in the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office. Again, Lieutenant Kevin Matthews going down for we're being prosecuted for embezzling, theft of evidence,
Allegations.
There you go. Whatever the case may be, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Follow the news. Tune back in, and we'll be happy to update everybody on what's going on here in Bergen County.
And Bergen County residents, stay tuned. We'll have an update.